gun bullet holes in my husband's chest. And he was bleeding out of the top one, and I had put my hand on his chest to try to stop. And I was trying to hold the back of his head.
Heartbreaking testimony today from the wife of well-known local jeweler Dan Hutch Hutchinson. She described her actions the moment she realized he had been shot in their car near his Oak Park jewelry store. Now, Marissa Hutchinson testifying against the couple's former attorney, who's accused of having her husband killed.
So she said she had trusted the lawyer and was not aware that he had written himself into Hutchinson's will and trust. Fox News' Amy Lang with more from court.
I heard pop, 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 pop.
Marissa Hutchinson says she didn't know what was happening until she saw that her husband, Dan Hutch Hutchinson, had been shot.
Bullet holes in my husband's chest. He was bleeding out of the top one.
Trying to hold back the tears as she testifies about what happened to them on June 1st, 2022, in front of their pawn shop in Oak Park, when it's alleged Roy Larry rode up on a bike with a gun.
I put my hand on his chest to try to stop.
Wiping away tears as she tells the jury how she called 911.
Where in his body was he shot? In his chest?
And how she later called their attorney, Marco Bizbekis, to tell him what happened. The lawyer now accused of being the mastermind behind the plot to kill the Hutchinsons after writing himself into their will a few months prior. They had just left his nearby office when the shooting happened. Marissa says she then had to go to the hospital and identify her husband's body and tell their daughter Marley that her father had been murdered.
She said, "Who's gonna walk me down the aisle?"
Marissa realizing hours later that she was also wounded. Bullet fragments had hit her leg.
It felt like it was burning.
Jurors were shown her injury as well as the Rolex watch and diamond jewelry Hutch was wearing when he was murdered, including the diamond chain and memory pendant with a photo of his deceased father. Earlier, Marissa testified their jewelry business was bringing in $30 million a year during the pandemic, and that they weren't reporting millions in cash to the IRS. So their attorney, Marco Bizbekis, hatched a plan to help them launder it, storing it in a cabinet, setting up a trust, and paying off their expenses, convincing them to invest $2 million in a horror film that he was in.
Did you know what the name of the film was?
It's called Skeletons in the Closet.
Who was supposed to be in the movie?
Cuba Gooding Jr., Terrence Howard, and Marco Bizbekis.
Marissa says Marco Bizbekis even wrote himself in as the beneficiary of their will and trust if they died. They didn't even realize it.
I don't think we entered this thinking that the two of us would die.
But prosecutors say after Hutch was murdered, Marissa hired a private investigator. She also needed her money from Marco to pay off an Escalade and property taxes. He owed her $2.4 million. She didn't get it, and by then she knew Marco Bizbekis was involved in her husband's death.
My family was staying really close and keeping a watchful eye. The ones closest knew that Marco was involved, and we had to keep a very tight lip about things at that point.
The trial resumes on Monday. In Southfield, Amy Lang, Fox 2 News.